Hello, I'm Ian and this is Somerset News Network. Now, in the Epstein files there was one photograph and it's going around the internet. I downloaded it and I uploaded it onto X. And I asked one simple question. Is this Meghan Markle? What you've got is you've got Mandelson in his underpants with a top on, and a lady in a bathrobe with tied back black hair, skinny arms. Her face is blacked out. So I can't identify the lady. But looking at her stance and how tall she is and what she looks like, it looks like Meghan Markle. Not saying it is. I just posed the question, is this Meghan Markle? And this is what I put on X. Now, some bright spark comes back, and I think he's trying to threaten me with his lawsuit. Now, is this the Sussex Squad? One of these fake names they use? Trying to get me to take it down? I did not say it was her. I asked if it is her. The answer should have been, he's saying, no, it's fake. Well, no, the photograph isn't fake. What is fake is the explanation that goes with it. If it is not her, the answer should be, no, it is not her. That's all I need. Then we've got to say, right, who is it then? But to say they're going to sue me leads me to believe that this is Sussex Squad and it really could be her. Do you see where I'm coming from? I don't know the answer. And it's all very weird. Mandelson was staying in Epstein's flat in Paris. That's as much information as we know. We know that Meghan was involved with Soho House and may have been also involved with Epstein as one of his girls. And I believe she was a willing participant. I don't think she was groomed and I don't think she was trafficked. I think she came from Soho House and was working with Epstein because Epstein was linked with the guy from Victoria's Secrets, and Meghan Markle was allegedly a model for Victoria's Secrets because at the time her bio said actress supermodel. Honest, it said actress supermodel because she was promoting the sexy underwear, the lingerie, they call it, don't they, from Victoria's Secrets. And as soon as she met Harry in 2016, that was all scrubbed. I have one photograph of Meghan involved with Victoria's Secrets in a itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Got that right. And if I can find it, I'll put it on the video here. It's weird, mate. It really is weird. If this is Mandelson, he's supposed to be batting for the other side, supposed to be gay. What's he doing with a young lady in a robe? You know, in my view, it doesn't compute. Is he batting for both sides? I posed the question. I don't know. But is this compromising his position as a government minister? Now, we know this morning, in the last hour, that Mandelson has resigned as a member of the House of Lords. So he stepped down as a member of the Labour Party yesterday morning. The backlash is so big. I mean, it was on front of every newspaper this morning. I drove past the newsstand in the garage and it was Mandelson there. Everything was Mandelson. Oh, and Prince Andrew. This Epstein story, when you work for the press, now I was an intern. I never got paid by the BBC. I did 6 months on a social programme for the BBC as an intern. I was taught to do 1/4-inch reel-to-reel tapes. We had a tape recorder called a Ewer, and it weighed about 25 pounds. I don't know, 20 pounds, something like that. It was heavy. Great big strap, reel-to-reel, 1/4-inch tape. And I was taught to edit tape. So I was doing interviews and editing people for the programme. I had a lovely time, met some lovely people. Met Wishbone Ash. Met Leo Sayer. Nicest guy in the business you could ever meet. And his persona on stage is unbelievable. I went backstage with Wishbone Ash, had sandwiches and a beer. That was good. They were brilliant. Anyway, in the industry and in journalism, you say a story has legs. The Epstein story is a millipede. It has thousands of legs. Now, you get a story come up, and it may be an overnight story, maybe a Sunday newspaper, and by the next Sunday another story comes up. And you then have a story that's a spider. It's got 8 legs, may last a week. Then you get a millipede. Then you get a centipede. The Epstein story is a bucket of centipedes. It's just going off in all directions. The Clintons are involved. They're trying to involve Trump, but I don't think that's going to stick. Trump knew Epstein, and he was around Epstein, but he didn't take part in anything. Mandelson has Epstein's villa, and it was put in his husband's name. What was that all about? Epstein gave Mandelson, through his husband, yeah, I got to call him that because they're legally married, a villa. Now, how much is that worth? $1 million? $2 million? I don't know. I pose the question. What was that to do with? Was that so, as a minister, he wouldn't have to declare it as one of the freebies from foreign agents? CNN, I watched there was CNN on YouTube. And they're talking about KGB being involved here. Now, I said it as a joke on the last video when I talked about it. I said, there was Russian girls, and we know Maxwell's dad, the newspaper tycoon, was probably a Mossad agent. Was Maxwell also a Mossad agent? Was Epstein working for CIA, or was he giving information to KGB? I don't know. But that's what they were talking about. KGB being involved here. Now, Mandelson is involved with Epstein, and the KGB's involved. That's our security at risk in this country. Mandelson is open to blackmail. Absolutely frightening, isn't it? No wonder why he resigned this morning. jumped before he was pushed, more likely. Anyway, back to the story. Am I being threatened by the Sussex squad? Because if it wasn't her, they would have said, no, that's somebody else. That's not her. But they say there's a lawsuit. She's got the right to defend herself. Well, why don't you say it's not me? It's not her. But they don't say that. So I think this is threatening because it could be. I still pose a question. I don't know. This is allegedly. I've got to say that. This is allegedly. I'm asking the question, is it Meghan Markle? That's it. That's all it is. Anyway, Ian, bye-bye for now.